Nagaloka. Actually, he went to Nagaloka and found that. So he went to this Iceland, and the Naga king daughter, known as Lovely Maiden, whose possession there is a precious jewel. So he found that jewel, and an devotee able to get that jewel, and anything what he desired, it fulfilled. So he got back all the wealth when he gave everything. So he again retried all the wealth because of that money, jewel. But on the way to that journey, so you can see it's not that clear. So he saw, this is the Tanakosa Lake. He found a small boy, 8 years old, 8-year-old boy, on the top of the lotus. And they have dialogue. Who are you? Here. All answer like very enlightening answer. He said, I don't have a father, a mother, or something. And he adopted, the king Indrabodhi adopted him and made him prince. So now you can see in these pictures, so Amrita here, direct descendant Tanakosa Lake as a boy.
This place is close to Himalaya or heaven.
Yeah. I plan to go to Swat Valley in March. We believe that there's many locations. One is Odisha, one is Swat Valley. So it's close to the Himalayas. So you can see the coastal range. So it's still disputed. It's not 100% sure. But Gandhara, Swat Valley. So those are places. And Sambala you can still cannot locate. So it may be in Swat Valley. So the picture, so they were on the boat and they found this boy, and they captured and then made him prince, and gave a name called Padma Bhajan. But the Padma Bhajan, we thought that if you stay in the royal family, you cannot practice, right? Because it's all luxury stuff. So he skillfully, in order to get out from the palace, he had to do something, right? So he put his some kind of instrument, the purpa and stuff, and accidentally killed his minister's son, one of the minister's son. So they blame Padmasambhava that he killed the minister's son, and then according to the law of that country, so he must be punished. So they try to give a captain that this is the way to escape. That's what skillfully he did. So he went outside the Uddiyana, and outside the Uddiyana there is a eastern direction of the Uddiyana. There's a big charnel ground. So most of the time he dwell in a different kind of cemetery and practice the taming, the demon taming practice ritual. There's lots of things. So he was an expert in that line. So he learned. Actually, he knew lots of things before. So he doesn't need any teacher because he's already enlightened before he was born. So he stayed in the most terrifying, frightening place where a spirit corpse carrying eating birds, ferocious predator eat them. So that's how he was just wandering many times nearby. And also he tamed, so not only he stayed here, but he tamed all the local those spirits and asked them, after that they convert and they become the protector of the town. So most of the places he did that. So he became like a champion of those ghost spirit capture. He can control those people. So he was master. Actually, Prince now acted as a yogi of sacred mantra. And he dressed, he's dressed like a very different kind of wear the corpse, clothing of the corpse as his dress, and food given to his he that one. So now the question like this, so he was already enlightened being, so he's a disincarnated. Does he need to learn? But he made one teacher, Prabhasti. Through him, he also learned. So those are the master incarnate Lama. It's just like a recollection. They just review. They don't have to learn anything. Just review it, and they can get quickly all the knowledge back. So when somebody is born in a different form of body, they will not forget anything. But this is like a little bit dust. Like when we put the book here, after a few years later, you come up a little bit dust. So they just need to do a little bit second. So all the wisdom they accumulated in past life, it can get it quickly. So same thing happened here. So he has a few teachers, but they don't have teaching. They just review stuff. So Prabhasti, one of the teachers he met in India, he taught that. So you can see, so he has many forms, like 8 forms of Padmasambhava, because of the actions and involved in different activity. So when he was born, that's one form, and after he went to Charnagram, there's another form, and this one, so he practiced the Charnagram, rock rope, Uddiyana, has a vision of Vajrabhaya who empowered him, and the 4 class of Dakini, Daka Dakini, they gave him the empowerment, blessing, and he become very powerful, wrathful yogi, right? And that's his name. The Dakini gave him name, Dorje Dakpo. This is the Dorje Dakpo. So 8 forms, 8 different forms. Vajra.
The 8 form and different name also.
Yeah.
Oh.
And,
But root is Padmasambhava.
Yeah, all 8 forms are Padmasambhava's incarnation.
Oh.
Incarnation of different form.
Yes.
And he also went to the Bodh Gaya.
Oh yeah.
So Bodh Gaya, he also went to Bodh Gaya, Vajra seat in India. And he would start offering, different kind of offering to the Bodh Gaya temple. Hundreds of, so he himself transformed into many hundreds of monks. So miraculously. So lots of miracle things he did. And making offering to the Bodh Gaya. So this is the one of the form, look like the mudra, Pumispasa mudra.
Yeah.
So Sangye, this is the name of the Sakya Sangye, right? So he looks like a Buddha here, Sakya Buddha. But there's one really. So this is one of the forms, right? 8 forms. And this Prabhasti, the Indian Pandita, so he gave teaching. So the master taught him the 3 things. One is Yoga Tantra. One is this is called Suddha Dhyana. This book here is not correct. So Suddha Dhyana, Yoga Chara, Tattva Samgra. So 3 things he learned from the Prabhasti. And then he composed many texts. These are the 37 divinities of the Yoga Tantra. So lots of tantric texts came out after his study under many teachers. So in the Tibetan canon, there's a separate canon called Nyingma Gyebun, right? It has lots of texts. It all came from the Padmasambhava, Ishwagyan Padmasambhava. So it's a huge teaching, sacred teachings. So it's not part of the Tibetan canon before, later they incorporated. But it's the early teachings of the Padmasambhava. And then he came to Mandi. So in India, there's a place called Mandi. You can see there's a big lake. So the story is very interesting too. The Prince Mandharva, so she was very devoted to Padmasambhava. And one time, Padmasambhava visited her. Right? And then people, they think that, oh, they're having affairs. some kind of scandal happened there. So because of that, the king, Mandi's father, gave punishment to both of them, not only Padmasambhava, but both of them. They said, burn them alive. That's assigned from them. They capture and try to burn them alive in the middle of the. That's later, it turned into later, but outside in public, they burned them alive. But the fire didn't touch both of them, and just converted into the water. So the whole place turned into water and become a lake. So the Mandi lake still exists in India. So after that, they saw this miraculous thing happen. Even they tried to burn, but it didn't burn. Both of them, so it turned to lake. And then the king apologized to Padmasambhava and asked to rule and gave his country. Please, you can take over my country and become a king. And he said, no, I don't want. So this is the lake. It still exists. Small there. And they built a big statue of Padmasambhava in the Mandi. Can you see?
Yeah, good now.
So yeah, it's a very beautiful place. I haven't been there, but there's lots of Nigma temple here. So many beautiful statues.
This is in Nepal or
No, India.
India?
Mandi.
Mandi.
So lots of miraculous things are happening. So the oil, because they use oil to burn both of them, right? Turn into the lake, water. And then they went, so Padmasambhava went to Nepal. So Nepal, now I'm writing one paper on this for the Gandhara Heritage Conference in March. So I'm doing, before this semester started, I was reading a lot about Padmasambhava and his relation with Nepal. So what happened in Nepal? So he went to Nepal and he met the Nepalese king. And he made one of the daughter of the king, Sakyadevi daughter, Sakyadevi, his name is Sakyadevi, become his assistant, consort. So both of them, they practice lots of tantric practices. In 2 caves, so this is one Yangselo, this is a Yangleso.
Young Leso.
So this place is very mystical. Have you been there? Very mystical place. I myself, when I went there, feel something strange happened. The water in there's one lake next to this. I have short movie later. Next to this there's one lake. There's a sign that says, "Do not take a picture." So if you take a picture, you will get disease. So because that's the lake of the Naga, Ananta, King Naga Ananta. And also this rock, it's rock like a Naga actually. It's very, if you see the rock, something, you will visualize something. It's not real, it's not normal rock. Something, depending on the perception. I feel like that's like a Naga is covering. It's very strange. And this small cave next to this, this is like a Sesnarayan temple. Right? There's a Hindu temple there. The Vishnu temple here. But lots of deities there, the list are. But this small cave here, so this is the Yangselo, right? Yangselo, right? Yeah. So he meditated there and did a retreat on the yeah, two things, Heruka and Bazarkila, two. But this place is, he just meditated and did a retreat. But he went to another cave later. This cave, the upper cave of the Yangselo is also a cave, right? So this small cave, so he got enlightenment. He got a Mahamudra realization with the Prabha, the Nepalese princess. So this place become if you are Nyingma sect, right, that's the place of his enlightenment. So it's almost identical like Buddha is going to go to there and got enlightenment. And this place is the Padmasambhava was enlightened. He got enlightenment, especially Mahamudra realization. So it's extremely important sites if you are Nyingma followers. And there's lots of handprints and the seal, right? So this is one of the next to this case. See, this is the part. So handprints. We believe that it's a Padmasambhava. He hand left this print. So his skull also there in the Yangtze. His skull copy, like he hit on the rock and then just his skull mark in the Yangtze. Okay. So this is the handprints. So now people can say, oh, somebody maybe carve, but there is, so carving and the real handprints is totally different. You can see this is like a worn out nature, right? That doesn't look like somebody carved. It's like almost, because the softness, when you put your hand in some kind of dough, imprints, exactly the same like that. You can feel like somebody has put their hand on the rock and you got an imprint. Very different. So just taking or the real, you can feel it. And lots of people, they put a hand there, like this, and they keep blessing. Some people who have more practice, right, they can feel that is a real Padmasambhava. And also this room, like a small cave, if you meditate there, you can also feel the vibration, depending on your how much practice you do. Everybody has different feeling when they meditate in this. Very powerful. So what he did like so at that time there's another story says like the king requested him to do some puja to get rain, right? So the Naga, there's no rain for a long time, and then, so there's the Naga sadhana and brought the rain back. And beside that, so he got a help from the Prabhahasti. So he asked like what to do to help this king. But there's lots of spirits obstructing that location. So he, before visited him, he also subdued the Shiva temple in the Kathmandu. It's a Pasupati, right? So Pasupati, local deity, also trying to fight with him, right? And then he subdued Shiva also at that time. And beside that, he also subdued the local spirit of this location. So after that, there was no obstacle. And he did lots of sadhana, Bhajakila and Heruka. This is the Heruka. And he composed this text later on.
Disclose them.
So this text, Bhajakila, is very, very powerful to remove the obstacle. So king, any people who have some kind of obstacle in their life, so if you do the sadhana, it will remove it. So I'm trying to invite Rinpoche to do the Bhajakila sadhana, but the date is not confirmed. But anyone who want to, okay, please let me know. So I may do here or outside. But it's one of the very, even the Padmasambhava, when he practiced to remove the obstacle, it will definitely help us. So here we can see that the subdue the enemy or enemy, right? Actually, enemy is like our mind, right? So we have a lot of obstacle, lots of defilement. So that is a form of enemy. Right? So we don't want to harm. We remove our negative emotion, negative defilement, which is actually obstructing us to get enlightened. So we can also see like that. Not only the outer enemy, inner enemy also we have to remove. So the master, he had a glorious the vision of the glorious Visuddha and the Kilaya deities. After that, he started practicing and he attended them. So he performed the sadhana and attended the accomplishment of Mahamudra. So Mahamudra Chokchen, the goal is to get to enlightenment, right? So it will lead to same thing, get enlightened. And so he did in the Asura cave. So this is the cave, very important. So combine both Vajrakila and Keruka, Yantaparika, and attended the ultimate Krishna Mahamudra. So we will learn about the Mahamudra when we discuss the Bhagyapas lineage. So after that, so he got, so he was still staying in Nepal. And then he knew that something going to happen in Tibet. The king going to invite him, he already knew. So he was preparing to go to Tibet. And so at the time, Santarachita already went to Tibet, and Santarachita already told king that to tame the local deity, especially Bonpo, there's only one champion, right? Right now he's in Nepal. He was in Nepal. You need to invite him. Send somebody, bring the gold, and offer gold to the king and the Panusama. So they came to Nepal and offered gold. So later, I think in one of the Dharma texts, it says that so he got lots of gold from this Tibetan king, but he said he doesn't need that gold, but he took that. And then he started traveling to Tibet. Right? So he went to Tibet, and on the way, so he met 21 Yin. Right? So this is a local female deity, local spirits in Tibet. So I think that you are going to write paper on that. Right? Mm-hmm. So this very powerful spirit, which is I think it's a born religion into this spirit of Tibet. So we don't have to blame them, right? Because anybody so that's their territory. Right? If they want to protect their territory, there's nothing wrong, right? So if somebody want to invade your house, you will definitely protect. So I think we should not view these spirits as a bad thing. They are protecting their territory. So when you go to forest, there's lots of spirits, right? So they will try to harm us because we try to burn the forest or something. Definitely they will harm you. So that's because you invaded their territory. You should be taking responsibility. So here, when Padmasambhava went to Tibet, they attacked him. Right? They sent on the way. Lots of things thrown onto him, rain, like the snowflakes, like lots of things to prevent him to go to the Tibet. Right? So there's lots of thing he has to face, but he subdued. Nobody could stop him. He just keep going. He arrived in the last hour. But on the way, he tamed so many indigenous god and goddesses, spirits. So before he went to Tibet, they already start building the Samya monastery. And Kitchen and Santarachita, they try to build it. But what's happening here is like the king's men build by the daylight, the spirit destroy and level each night so that they could not process the construction, right? So it's what's happening at the time. So that's why they invited Padmasambhava to stop that. The construction already began before he went. So that's why the Santarachita, he suggested him. So this demon must be tamed by wrathful means. Because this Santarachita is very, his name is a Bodhisattva, right? They call him Bodhisattva because he's very calm and he's knowledgeable, but he could not control this wrath, he could not tame this demon by himself. So he has to retreat, so he has to go back to Nepal for a few months. And Padmasambhava, when he finished, he invited back him. But Padmasambhava, he knew that Padmasambhava had that capability to tame all those. And he single-handedly defeated everybody on the way. And people were amazed to see him. Like, how come one person can do so much thing like that? Nobody could challenge him. Right? And this is the one of the mural in the Samye monastery. So in the presentation, this is in Guru Rinpoche. So here, presentation is here. And this is the Padmasambhava. So they welcome him in the Samye monastery. Sorry, this mural was done by the from Lhasa. So when he arrived in Tibet, so he went to many places, like there's a Marble Valley. He did lots of ritual to tame the local deity, local spirits. So he performed many rituals, like a mandala offering, to the role purifying of the lower realm. Many things they did. Very big. They went to the Hippolyte. I also did the offering, water karma offering. So completely he bring each and every god and demon under his control. So nobody can destroy the monastery. And not only he controlled, but he asked them to take an oath. All powerful spirits, they took an oath that they will protect, even this 21 beginning, they will protect this Buddhism, especially the land. They will support the Buddhism from now on. Here. So they become protected deity from at that time. He also did the divinity of planet, star. And now Samye. So Samye monastery is extremely important for the Tibetan Buddhism, right? It's play a vital role. So Samye, the Tibetan word Samye, that means inconceivable, right? Inconceivable, something very magnificent, inconceivable. So this is the first Buddhist monastery in Tibet. And that's the vision of the Trishan and the Samparachita. So they built a three-story temple. So they envision that this like this look like this Sumeru, right? Sumeru mountain.
Sumeru. Yeah.
And the model they got from Indian Odantapuri Indian monastic. And this feature, the main feature of this temple, they built three-story, but three different traditions, right? Tibetan, Indian, and Chinese. So three different styles. So one, and also it's a mandala pattern. Four side oriented with this cardinal direction. It's beautiful design. And architect from China, Nepal, India, and local Tibetan architect. So these are architects. It's built by Master Hasang Mahayana, young Karakarama from Mongolia, and then one from Nepal. I have Laksang from China, Basu from Nepal. These are architects. The many people are there from carpenter. So they built it. But the legend says this was built by the god, goddesses, spirits, non-human being also involved in building this Samye monastery. So daytime local people will build, nighttime on like a superhuman being, right? God, goddesses, they build at nighttime. So God demon build during the nighttime, except the human building during the daytime. And And that place is, you cannot find, so they roll down the rock from the mountain Sinai. So they brought the rock from very distant. They brought it's not easy to find, so very difficult to remote. Yeah, so he, because of his order, so 8 classes of god and demons to assist the construction. Very auspicious. So they model after this Odindapuri Vihar from India. The structure, 3 story. So one Indian, one Chinese, one Tibetan. It was very unique style of building. So they also Mount Sumeru at the center for outline continuity. So Mount Sumeru is called circumambulance. Like the 4 when you offer the mandalas, it's a Mount Sumeru and 4 continuities. So it's almost same like they did. They constructed like Mount Meru and with the 4 continuity. And it was built. It was completed in 766 and constructed in 767. So at the time, Tristan was only 21 years old, very young, and completed in a year of flowers. Okay, let's see one video of the Samna monastery. Just want to show you. But during Cultural Revolution, it was destroyed, a little bit damaged, but not completely toppled. So it's still, they renovated later. So if you go to Tibet, you can still see very beautiful